Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the student and teacher understand each other, love each other, and whatever the studies we do, let it be beneficial and useful for us. Om, peace, peace, peace. Dear devotees, as you all know, today we are having a special lecture on Atmavichara, the discrimination between I and mine. And the special talk is by Revered Swami Nirmalatmananda Maharaj, President, Ramakrishna Vedanta Ashrama, Sao Paulo, Brazil. I think already most of you know Swamiji. In December 2022, Swamiji visited us and he gave a talk and he had informal discussions also with many devotees. And he did visit few of the devotees' house also. As a matter of a formal requirement, again, I will just introduce Swamiji for the audience. After finishing his bachelor's in physics from the University of Madras, Swamiji joined the Ramakrishna Mission, New Delhi Ashrama. There, after his initial 3 years of trial, 3 years, again he went to Probationers Training Center in our headquarters, which is Ramakrishna Mat, Belur, Calcutta. After 2 years of intense training in scriptures, meditation, japam, and Eastern and Western psychology, Eastern Western philosophy, Swamiji was posted in general section in the headquarters of Ramakrishna movement. The general section is where it looks after the entire correspondence of the Ramakrishna Mat and mission of the entire, all the branch centers of the world. So you can very well imagine how much in that engage itself, what was the workload Swamiji was bearing. In 1999, Swamiji was sent as a ministry in charge and resident mom of the Sao Paulo, Brazil center. So he went there and it was just probably a small house, that's all. Slowly, he got many devotees, he started initiating them and he started spreading the Vedanta movement in the entire of Brazil. And today, we have got 5 full-fledged centers in the Brazil in just 2 decades. Every center has got its own buildings, has got own property, enough funds, and a good amount of devotees also. And though he worked hard and he built these 5 centers in last 5-6 years, he persuaded Belur Mat, saying that only I cannot go all the places. So he persuaded Belur Mat, our headquarters, and he was instrumental in declaring 2 centers as independent centers, and 2 monks are the independent ministry in charge. One is Curitiba and the other is Rio de Janeiro. And 2 others are sub-centers, and they are undergoing lot of improvements, lot of developments under the able guidance of Swamiji. And recently also Swamiji gave a wonderful talk in the Brazilian, we have parliament. So Swamiji is called by different universities and different government organizations, and also is very welcomed by the Brazilians. So with all reverentially, with a lot of respect on the behalf of devotees and myself, reverentially I welcome Swamiji to this August Assembly. Also, Swamiji to ask.
So someone asked, Swami, would you like to give your talk standing or sitting? The Swami replied, I like to give the talk walking. So it's a wonderful subject because the time limit is 45 minutes. So I don't want to go into too many formalities. Since 1974 till today, I have been leading the 50 years of monastic life, and I have learned a much on the subject of what I am going to say. I and mine. It is not discrimination between, it is actually the other way. Discrimination, when you put the words discrimination as if this is not right, and this is good, this is bad. No. It is discern. In Portuguese, it is called discernment. That means you discern something, what is permanent and what is impermanent. What is real and real. It is not, we don't use the words discrimination, we use discerning. So here the subject, straightly going to the subject, it is very simple apparently. Suppose I ask you, who are you? Immediately you will say, I am so and so. You are born such and such a day, and by God's grace, how many years you are going to stay, you are going to live in this body. We have a name, we have a form, we have a structure, and we have our family, friends. And if you look at it and go straight away to this, say for example, person A, he has a form, he has a name. Okay. Is it visible to you?
Yes.
And this person always identifies with his body. First thing is, we are bodies. There is nothing wrong in that. We are bodies because we identify ourselves with every cell of the body all the time. Every cell of the body is intelligent. They all work together. And if there is one pain somewhere, one pain, and you feel the pain all through the body. Similarly, our identification with the body is almost all the time it goes on. Almost. But it is now, if I ask you, are you only body? What's your answer?
No.
No. Why? So then what?
Mind.
Mind. How do you explain the mind? What do you mean by mind?
My thoughts. My thoughts.
My thoughts,
My thoughts
and experience.
My thought, my experiences.
Belief.
So
Emotions.
we don't go into so many technical details, but just thoughts, you can say. A bundle of thoughts. Sometimes you identify with your thoughts, a bundle of thoughts. So if you spend around 85-90% of your identification with the body, which is height or weight or muscular or lean or thin, whatever it may be, if you analyze, you will find almost 90% of your time identification happens with the body. Now, comes with the mind, that is thoughts, you sometimes identify with your mind. For example, you are attending or you are participating or you are seeing a movie in your house. Somebody entered the house and then you were not aware of it because you were so much absorbed in that movie that that person entered and gone away. Later on you say, I came there, you did not see. Oh, I was absent-minded. I was completely absorbed in that scene. I did not see you. So there you identify with your mind. So the body and mind are interconnected. One affects the other. If the body is weak, the mind also will be weak. If the mind is strong, the body also can be strong. If by changing one, you can change the other. You change the posture, you change the mind, the way of thinking. For example, how are you? All right. All right. Actually, not all right. Some all right. The posture shows. But how are you? I'm fine. Immediately the posture, when you put the word I'm fine, immediately you feel your posture changes, your body changes. So by changing the posture, you change your way of thinking. By changing the way of thinking, you can change the posture of the body. Suppose you know there are difficulties all around, but still I want to feel good, for example. So how are you? Fine, but I'm not so good, but I'm working on it. You can change the words and you can change the point all the time. So this is going on unknowingly, depending upon the person's thinking, depending upon the person's way of looking at things. That is why it's very important that body and mind are so interconnected, one can affect the other. It doesn't matter who you are, to which religion you belong, or even whether you are religious at all or not, doesn't matter. The body and mind are so interconnected. How do you keep yourself all the time in an optimum level of energy is itself a big science, and this is part of it. That's fine. Now let us go to the other side. This A person, he has not just only body and mind, he has other aspects of the life also. What is that? Emotions. A lot of emotions play in us all the time. Sometimes you are happy, sometimes you're not happy, sometimes you're depressed, sometimes you want to find out where is the strength. So body and emotions. Emotions, sometimes we say, oh, this is a negative emotion, this is a positive emotion. I also was thinking like that for some years ago. In fact, there is no emotion that's negative or unwanted. All the emotions have some message for you. It may be positive or it may be, you call it negative. But I see it is all for your good. Suppose you feel alone with the modern day, you can feel everywhere, especially in the West, in East also, in India also nowadays. You can feel, oh, I feel lonely. Someone was all right, but I feel lonely. Maybe he was not well with his boyfriend or girlfriend or with husband or wife. I feel lonely. That feeling lonely is an emotion that wants you, this is not good. If you continue like this, you will feel sad. So it is not, it has a message for you. That message, when you get it, then you can work it out easily. That is why I call it all the emotions are for your good. Only we don't know how to handle it. So handling our mind, handling our emotions is one of the most important things in the life to have daily peace and happiness. So the emotions, we identify ourselves, no doubt about it. And without emotions, we will turn out to be just like walls, like stones. Emotions are the beauty of life. But unfortunately, many people are not aware how to handle the emotion. If you know how to handle the mind, if you know how to handle the emotions, well, you are in a state of life where you can quickly bring back to the normal life, or at least a peaceful life. Sometimes it's good. It is a wonder to how the body-mind complex creates an emotion and how the emotion can give you energy, give you enthusiasm, give you all that you need. At the same time, if you don't know how to handle it, it can suck away all your energy, all your time, and make you feel low and low without knowing. So that's why I said it's an important subject to know who we are and how we identify ourselves, to what extent, and how later on comes how I can transform myself. You have a lot of books, you have guidance, you have everything. But ultimately, it is your responsibility which is going to stay with you and then make you feel happy, make you feel joyful, make you feel resourceful. So someone asked me before going to Brazil 23 years ago, the Brazil sent just a small, simple duplex house, and with $7,000, the resource money, that's all they had. How are you going there far of distance where everything is different? The people are different, they speak Portuguese, and the habits are different, the dress are different, the way of manners and customs are different. How are you going to manage? In fact, one American devotee said, God forbid you are going to such a place. That is the word she used. I can never forget that. Then, instantly I felt, no, I am going there thinking this should be there, that should be like this should be like this. No. It is Thakur's words. President Maharaj said, a pure soul has said, the word came out of the mouth. I will go and see as it is with your open mind, and then how it works. You do your part first, and then let us see. Really, it worked. I did not go with all preconceived ideas. Somebody wanted to put all kinds of ideas. I said, no, I don't want to fill my mind with preconceived ideas. I will go with an open mind. It really worked. Every time when I see a new person, and I feel so happy, oh, maybe Thakur has sent, and it is my duty. If he goes away, it is my duty because of me. It is not. He brought, and he is gone away. It is not good. So I have to do something. So it is a great opportunity to learn different culture, different sets of things. And I began to speak in Portuguese. Today, of course, 23 years, 24 years. And I give talk in Portuguese. The same thing I was giving talk in Portuguese. Exactly 1.5 hours in one of our centers. Now, the emotions, mind, and body, we know, we feel, we identify. Okay. Now, who is this person who has all these? I, me. So, somewhere this side. Here, he has this body, mind, and emotions. This person. And this, who is this person? They don't speak. Everything belongs to me. I and mine. And it is my emotion. I feel happy. I am calm. I am strong. Like everything we identify is called I. I don't have to say it. Everybody feels it. Everybody identifies it. Where is this I? Suppose you go to a hospital and the medical surgeon opens the heart and then see where is the I? All the time. Well, life depends on this identification of I, and later on, of course, mind that I will come to that. You cannot see where is I, but all the time you identify I. You really show here, is it not? You identify here. This identification does not see any religion, does not see whether you believe in God or not. Everybody, all the barking of the dogs or all the noises of the birds, I feel it is only a trying to expression of this I, identification of I.
I is in my mind.
No, the feeling of I.
That is stuck. I live, I am hurt, I am, but these are all emotions, right? I grow, I do not grow.
Yeah, the emotions and thinking and the body. All this belong to one individual existence that is called I. We call it I. There are not three different eyes. There is not three different eyes. Oh, I now, I different evening. No. You go and sleep and wake up. I. Are you slept? Yes, I have slept.
I slept.
So this I consciousness, I can say. I consciousness, somewhere it is there all the time. Whether you know it or not, it is there. That is what I call it. I consciousness, which draws all the, or which manifests through the mind, through the body, and through your emotions. So that I consciousness is now limited to our body, mind, complex, and emotional. Now, not only it limits, then it begins to identify with the surroundings and family. Oh, my husband, my children, my family, my job. So it begins to extend a network. This network goes not a great extent. This network is also very limited. Oh, this is mine. and this is my house, this is my car. You are not the car. This is your car. You are different from the car. So it is mine. So this I and mine extend a network of existence through which our life goes on. It is very normal. It is only just if you investigate, you can feel a very distinct way of existence, how this network goes. That's fine, excellent. Now, similarly, I feel. Now come, he says, I feel. You say, I feel. But you don't identify with you. You don't identify with him. So here comes one person, B. The second person, okay? And he also says, I. Here another person says that. Then both of them is not enough. Oh, he and she. See, another person, he and she. So this, all the person are using the same thing because you never feel this B belongs to you. B does not belong to you, and A also does not belong to B. And both of them does not feel belong to C. So I and mine, you and yours, he and his, or she and her. This way, the three different I's trying to live together, trying. What happens? They are like billiard balls. So billiard ball, when you strike, it goes and strikes another, and then that strikes yet another, and all of them go in different directions. Swami Nirmalatmananda Maharaj used to say this very often. We are like billiard balls. Our ego is like that. So we clash with one and go to the another, and all of them go in different directions. This is the nature of our. Now, this I sometimes creates a problem, afraid of B, or the B afraid of C, or C afraid of A. Like this circle goes on, because fundamentally there is something behind. There is a factor. You also have fear, I also have fear, and you also know what is the anxiety about the future, and we also. So we come together, anxiety about what we belong, where we belong. So like that it multiplies unknowingly. These billiard balls all the time have clashes between them. In most of the time, even in your own home, don't you think that you have problem with the child, with the daughter, with the son, he likes one or she likes another, you don't like, all these things. So all the time, these balls are, no, this is okay. This is what we have to understand. If you go deeper and deeper, it is a mysterious way of how things happen. Really, there is plenty of knowledge behind this, how the things work. Now comes the important. When everybody feels, for example, 8 billion people on the earth, everybody feels I. Is it not?
Yes.
It is only the human beings. Now extend these to the animals or other kingdom living, for example, plant kingdom. Other thing, everybody feels this I, even though the expression is less in different degrees. So human beings, 8 billion people, if they say all the time, I, this is my land, that is my land, and even that all the problem comes out of this I and mine. He thinks, oh, this is my land, so I will go and invade that one, and invade that one, and he goes back to the history. So there is no end to this kind of clashes, because there is somewhere this I is playing a common factor for everyone, whether it's ignorant or a God-realized soul or anybody. In the realized soul, this I takes a different level, whereas in us, it has this kind of limited existence. We identify with ourselves with a limited existence. When you limit your existence with I and mind, my body, my mind, my emotions, I and mine. When you limit, you are very likely to have all the other emotions that are not going to give you energy because it will be limited and it is coming to an end. Anything that starts A will end in time. You have started here and you finish here. You were born and one day we have to give up the body. It is known, we are seeing it. But still, there is a feeling, no, I continue to live. I want to continue to live. Or I lived earlier. I don't know where. If I open a counter that here is the source of your past and future, there will be a huge line. You can make huge because they want to know what was the past and they want to know what is the future. They don't want to worry about the present. So they unfortunately. So this, I was there earlier and I'm continuing here and I would live even after my giving up body. There is a feeling. Who would not like to have this knowledge of the continuation? Everybody. Is it a possibility? It says yes. Because the I, original I, or the I universal, I cosmic, does not limit itself. So what happens now? This small I, we see, it is a part of the bigger I, that is called cosmic I, which exists, will continue to exist and continue to exist in future. Here there is no past, present or future. Here. But here it's all, we identify with the past, present, future, and then all the time we are nervous about it. We wanted to maintain, we wanted to have the relationship or limited way. This limited existence is what makes us peaceless. It takes away your peace. But it doesn't matter. We try to find some peace. What can give you peace? The knowledge of this I, universal I, or cosmic consciousness. Your consciousness of I and mind is a part of the cosmic consciousness. Your body is part of this planet Earth. That's why when you give up, the body goes to the earth, to the elements back. So I always like to identify the body belongs to the earth, part of this. The mind is like a moon. Moon has no light of its own. It has the borrowed light from the sun. And leaving aside all this body, mind, and emotions and identification, what do you feel? What do you feel? Somewhere there is some kind of existence continues. Sometimes we ask, where do they come from? Where do I go from now on? At the time of living the body, where do I go? Can I see my dear and near ones who is not there now? Can I have a communication? These kind of things, mysterious way trying to hunt you. Endlessly, it goes on and on and on, trying to find an answer. Until you find an answer, it will go on. And the most important thing is, as much as you have the answer, your knowledge, your identification shifts from one level to another level. And illumine the soul, even though you see him as body, even though you see him exhibition of a lot of emotions, but he himself does not identify only with this or with this or with this. He identifies with this. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, I think last time also I said, he used to say, who is here It is the Divine Mother. She is inside. She is the owner. This body is the house and she is the owner. You see, what a wonderful way of experience. This is her machine. She drives, as she drives, it moves. It is she who pushes the knowledge. Somebody asks, oh, what a wonderful Katha Amrita. Amrita is the nectar coming out of your mouth. People used to listen just one word after word. And then how it comes? He says, I don't know. It is mother pushes the knowledge through this mouth. So his identification was this. Ramana Maharshi, for example, all the times in Samadhi, completely. Somebody asked some questions and he is silent. And please tell something. Oh, we have been telling so many things through silence. Dakshinamurti. The silence is the mother of all languages. Silence is the mother of all languages. For example, you have that sound. Now, if you want silence, what to do? Don't make this. Don't make it. Then it becomes silent. Suppose you want to make a noise or sound, you just, where from it came?
Two things.
So the silence and this expression are the two sides of the same coin. One we know, the other we don't know. That is why it is happening. Because when you go to this circle, the universal I, just like a illumined soul, it is completely different. It is deathless, birthless. It is the source of all peace and joy and energy, all of effort. You are coming here, you are looking for prayer, meditation, and retreat, or every kind of spiritual exercise. Is trying to understand this mechanism and trying to grow into this knowledge. Only an experience can give you the direct knowledge of it. Now you are hearing, you are reading, it's fine. But only the experience will give you all the fact. Yes, that is true. What he said, true. What the religious book said, what Bible said is true. What Christ said, what the great religious leader said is true. You come to know that it is true. So they talk a different language. They say in a different language. The way they express different. They become personification of the peace, joy, knowledge. Deathless and birthless. They are not afraid of death, afraid of giving up the physical body. One of the most admiring thing I always do, especially in Brazil, or it's a Catholic country, big Catholic country. I think the biggest Catholic country in the world. So I always tell them, have you seen Christ's picture when he was taken to be crucified? How was it? Was he weeping? Was he nervous? It is all perfect serenity. Perfect serenity. Where did he get from? From his knowledge of I and my Father are one. He knew what is absolute, this one. And this one, apparently we see the body, but his knowledge is they were born free. They came with that knowledge. They demonstrated. Ramana Maharshi, at the age of small, 8 or 9, 30 years, that first experience, and he fell down, and the experience goes on. And he lived all through the life in that consciousness. Sri Ramakrishna, when he was walking on the meadows, he suddenly fell down and he had a vision of Krishna. Garland and Krishna's neck. So the story goes, they were born with that consciousness at a young age, and they were aware of it. Why they came on the earth? what is the truth behind it. And that is how they demonstrated all through the life. And they become incarnation of divine. We also are born on earth. We are also, but our existence are limited to this small I and mine, you and yours, he and she, and okay, that's all. And we all the time we spend our whole life in this. There is nothing wrong. I'm not telling you it is wrong. It is a stage where you begin to grow through the self-knowledge. All our effort, even you are working, I must say, to get this knowledge. You are working not because, why do you work? You say you earn money. Why do you want money? You say you have a comfortable life. Why do you want comfortable life? Ultimately, peace and happiness. That peace and happiness comes naturally when you have this knowledge of oneness with the cosmic or universal consciousness. It is possible, but we don't know how to connect it. Your spiritual aspiration, spiritual practice, everything that we do, even work, the work we do, whether it is religious or non-religious, it is all one way or other trying to get this connected, get ourselves connected to the universal consciousness. I may be looking at you, I may be talking to you, but a part of the mind can be connected. Swami Nirmalatmananda used to say, just 10% or 15% of your mind is enough to have the things done in the world. So you give a part of your mind to get connected, get hooked. I used to say, get hooked through the mantra, through the other things, whatever it may be, part of the mind. And it does wonders. Doesn't matter whether you are working or cooking or in the office or walking, or doesn't matter. A small part of my mind is hooked to this knowledge. Now you may say, oh, I don't know this aspect, but how can I hook it? I don't know where God is, what God is, whether he or she or it, we don't know. But how can I pray? How can I pray to one whom I don't know? I can pray to you, I can pray to a politician, I can pray to another person, I can pray to this person, but I don't know this God between. How can I, Sri Ramakrishna said, that very fact that you do not know, if you pray wholeheartedly, with all sincerity, with all love, with all devotion, bound to get the answer. So he said how to pray. Christ said how to pray, he showed. So therefore, the person, the individual who are born as a body, but still they are born with this consciousness. They are called incarnation. Yeah, they knew what is permanent, what is temporary. Temporary is not illusion. We don't call it an illusion or this or that. Maya, it is nothing. No, it is very real. Only thing is, it is real for some time, not for all time. Whereas this is real for all time, and this is real for some time. So you want to shift yourself to the all time, then you have a key. You, wherever you go, you become the carrier of the peace and mind. You are the carrier of the strength. That holy person, wherever he goes, you will find, oh, this is the holy person who came here. Take the dust, take this, take that. Now people begin to know where all he went, where all where all Ramakrishna went, where all Christ walked. I go there and I walk from Jordan to all the way. In which way he walked? People want to go because it accumulates the energy, it accumulates the vibration where it can manifest, and because it takes you to the soul. So this knowledge of universal consciousness or cosmic consciousness, it is there always. Only ours is only a small part of it. It is like a TV, for example. TV has so many channels, hundreds of channels. You want to connect with only one channel. Okay, you connect, that's all. Rest of the channel will disappear for you? No, you did not connect it. If you connect any channel you want, you can have it. It is there. So similarly, this eye consciousness all the time it exists. Whether you know it or not, whether you are sleeping or not, whether you are waking up, your waking stage or dreaming stage, this eye consciousness does not leave you. You may leave your temporary eye consciousness, because when you body consciousness, you leave temporarily. Then you enter into dream consciousness. In the dream, almost everybody has a dream, at least 2 hours dream every day, minimum. In the dream, I just give you one idea. Who creates the dream for you? You create it. And what contains the dream? So many figures, so many animals. And who gives a language in the dream? You. Who gives colors in the dream? You. Who is explaining all kinds of emotions there? You are afraid when seeing the animal. Who gives you? So everything is created by you. So you create a mental world or dream world, and you interact and you give a language and give life to those figures you created. Interesting is, you created a figure and you gave a life. You created tiger there and you gave the life with all the ferociousness, and you were afraid of the tiger. People don't give much attention to these kind of things, but it gives you enormous knowledge. Okay, if that is so, I am responsible for it. Okay, I can change my thing. If that I can do there, I can do it here also. So the self-knowledge is called self-knowledge, which can erase all kinds of limitations that we feel. It may be the fear, it may be doubts, it may be frustration, it may be any kind of emotions, obstacles we feel. The more we have this self-knowledge, the more we become strong, the more we become patient, the more we become more and more strengthened inside. Any little small things can take up your mind in the world without that knowledge. It is like a coconut tree. You become like a coconut tree where the root goes very deep. When the storm comes, what the coconut tree does, it just goes one side and comes back. Why? Because it has the root very deep inside. If it is only on big trees, simply fall. Even a small little storm, it falls because they are not, the roots are not very deep. So our roots should be in this consciousness. You are belonging to that universal consciousness. Sometimes it is a good exercise to feel yourself, expand yourself, how much you can do, and stay in that horizon for a long time. As much as the time you say, what a kind of peace. Instantly you will feel your breathing is very long, slow. The more your mind is become deeper and broader, deeper as the sky, broader as the sky, deeper as the ocean, instantly you feel the peace, because that is your nature. That is what we call Atman. Atmavichara, what we call the knowledge about this universal. When you say it is Brahma Vichara, also you can say, or Atma Vichara in relation to the body, trying to is this. If you don't Atma Vichara, Vishaya Vichara will come. Suppose I am not there, okay, Atma Vichara, then immediately you will feel, okay, Vishaya Vichara, the things of the world, objects, likes, dislikes, you will find only moving around in this sky. So naturally there is billiard ball all the time, clashing one with another all the time. So Atma Vichara actually will lead to the Brahmasthiti and the knowledge of the oneness of the existence. Oneness of the existence. A person can feel it, a person can experience it, and he goes beyond all the death and birth. He knows what is real and permanent forever, not temporarily. Anybody can do that. I'll give you an incident. Swami Vivekananda, once he was sleeping in his room along with other brother disciples. I think all of you know this incident. And at around 1 a.m. to a.m., some brother disciple woke up, and then one of the brother disciples woke up and then saw Swamiji was not there. He was walking on the, he was a little worried. His bed is empty and he is gone. So they went and saw he was walking on the veranda up and down. Then they asked, Swamiji, what happened? You seem to be worried and you were walking up and down. You did not get sleep. Swamiji said, Swami, brother, I was sleeping deeply, but suddenly something happened and it struck me. And I woke up, I could never sleep. There is a great suffering showing me a certain direction, great suffering, something happened. So I could not sleep anymore. I am in that state now. Okay, so then the brother disciple went back and slept. Next day, there was a report in the newspaper that such and such place, there was an earthquake and huge loss happened and people have lost their lives, great suffering. And the brother disciples wondered, somehow, exactly the time and the calamity, everything carried together. Then they asked, how did you know? And then Swami Nirmalatmananda said, if you have nerves as fine as mine, you will also know. That was the reply. If your nerves are tuned as fine as mine, you will also know. And they're so sensitive. So his personality apparently was lying there, but his mind or his existence belongs to this consciousness, where it can affect directly any person. That is why they identified with all the beings, living beings. Buddha was walking and he saw a small baby goat was about to be sacrificed. It was almost shivering. And then he saw that the animals, they feel instinctively what is going to happen. He saw it was shivering and he asked, what are you going to do with this? There was a festival in the temple. And he inquired, no, our king, our important person, is going to give sacrifice to the deity because he had some kind of promise or whatever. So he is going to sacrifice. Would you please call him? Buddha asked, and he came and he asked, what are you going to do? I'm going to sacrifice because this is what I promised. I'm going to sacrifice. Buddha said, see, this innocent small animal, it's shivering. If you are going to sacrifice this, you will get something, isn't it? Merit. So instead of that, I am ready to give my life. You will get better merit. Take it. He was not afraid of it. He was ready to sacrifice himself in place of that small little baby goat. Because he identified. And that man, of course, that king became later on disciple and this and that. There it shows how they identify themselves with one with all. That kind of thing happened. Okay, that's a very high level state, you can say. But for us, coming to our level, we can, some part of the mind, some part of our existence, sometime on a daily basis, we can try to hook ourselves to this self-knowledge. That is called Atmavichara. I know, body I know, mind I know, emotion I know, identification I know, But one thing that I don't know is this. I would like to go probing into it. And then as much as I know, I feel really very good at it. And I feel completely different. My existence is not limited to only this thing. It is much more. But it is trying to express. Sri Ramakrishna used to give an example. The terrace is a huge accumulation of water. And there are like mouth of the lion, mouth of the elephant, and some kind of the pipeline through which it flows, through which the water flows. It looks like as if the lion is giving water, as if the other elephant is giving. But actually, there is a huge store through which it flows. So you and I are in fact trying to manifest this existence in some way. Wanted to be very beautiful, wanted to be very strong, wanted to be deep, wanted to exhibit the knowledge, wanted to exhibit anything the way. That is why it is so much interesting in this planet Earth. There is no limit to the manifestation. Just like this is unlimited, the manifestation also is not limited. It can express anyway. And they are finding creatures far below, deep in the ocean, where we never imagined there could be a creature. There is possibility. Even a creature, there is no end to the existence of the living. This knowledge, experiential knowledge, theoretically we can know everything is fine, but experiential knowledge is really important. Experiential knowledge can remove all those the weakness of the human life or human existence. That is what called self-knowledge. Atmavichara is on a daily basis, just like your breakfast and lunch and dinner. Atmavichara also 10 minutes spent. Let us see. In many forms. You can have it in the form of devotion, you can have it in the form of discernment, discerning, or you can have the path of meditation, or you can have the path of action, karma yoga. So bhakti yoga, karma yoga, jnana yoga, everything come into this form. Either to one or many, add and realize it and be free. That is what.
I have a question.
So,
Yes, ma'am. Questions.
The way I understood it, that Atmavichara is a continuous thing which I need to practice, which I need to do all through my, I don't know, dream, but at least waking up time.
yes.
How do I practice only for 10 minutes a day? Like that?
No.
Is it possible to practice for 10 minutes?
It is understood that it will lead to a continuous practice. But then how do you do for 10 minutes or 5 minutes? You can do japa. Okay. You can have karma yoga. Karma yoga is not just word. Karma yoga is a place where you learn self-knowledge is the objective of karma yoga.
Okay.
All the yoga, ultimately, the knowledge of self. What is my desire behind it? What is my attitude behind it? What is my way of doing it? I may be doing apparently, doing this for others, but my motive may be different for name and fame and this and that, so many things. So these things tell us, or meditation, and those who can meditate, go inward. Outwardly, I have been all the time. I'm engaged with the object, engaged with this, engaged with that. But now I go inward. Who am I? Where do I come from? Who really I am? Apart from body, mind, and emotions, is there really something that I call it I am? I go for it. And like that, it goes on. Self-inquiry. Sometimes we forget. No? But whatever you do as a spiritual practitioner is only credit. I tell them, you have the 5 minutes, it is credit. 10 minutes, more credit. 1 hour, further credit. So ultimately, the credit is plus only. In spiritual practice, only plus, no minus. Unless you do the other way. Unless you may fill up the pot with water, but if there is a hole, it goes away. How much you fill up, it goes away. Where comes the truth, truthfulness, and all the practices of yoga, yama, niyama, and all those things comes. So it is as apparently as simple as possible, but let us not complicate. We know our situation, our limitation. From here, how we will go about. Once we know the importance of this self-knowledge, in any form, we can take it. Sometimes we can, for example, now we are going to sing, and a beautiful singing, and then prayer, or after prayer, we sit meditation, so we meditate. And after this, we like to offer something, prayer. So there are so many ways one can practice. So it is like, that's what I call it, spiritual kit. You have makeup kit. The ladies, yes. Makeup kit. You open it, many things are there. Makeup kit. So I call it spiritual kit. You take so many things you keep. If I am so hungry, there is something here. Open it and go for it. And I change. And then I come back and do something. So changing the state of the mind is all most essential practice through the spiritual kit. So I think that should be enough because it is not time for us to practice and the spiritual practice. I think we are going to see. Thank you very much for your patience and everything. When we have time in the future, we will exchange more ideas, more practice, because it is ultimately the practice that makes us more important. Thank you.
Swamiji gave a wonderful talk in such a short time, how to expand our ego. Because generally we have got the problem of ego. How can we overcome this problem of ego? We try to control, we try to suppress in other ways, and we keep on undergoing a lot of problems and a lot of mental turbulations. Swamiji gave one of the beautiful positive outlook that you expand our ego. You need not to curb it, you need not to control it. Instead of that, expand your ego. Then you will merge with universal ego, then there will be no problem. Instead of becoming a problem, you will be able to enjoy the peace. So, on behalf of devotees, and personally, I express my gratitude and reverential pranams to Swamiji for this wonderful time.